This program is brought to you as a community service of BAF Insurance. The views, opinions, and advice expressed by guests on this show are those of the guests and do not reflect the views, opinions, and advice of BAF Insurance. For medical advice, please visit your medical professional.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Welcome to Your Health, Your Wealth with Desiree and Chuck on Bobo Radio. Please stay with us for the next hour while we share health tips and chat with our special guest.
Welcome, everyone, to Your Health, Your Wealth, brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your Health, Your Wealth airs every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. right here on 89.1 FM Bobo Radio. Remember to tune in each week and tell a friend. You can also catch the shows you missed on YouTube on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel. So don't forget to subscribe and like and share.
Thank you so much, Desiree. Our show today has information that everyone can use. Today we're talking to health coach and personal trainer Lesley Chin. Most people may not know exactly what a health coach does, and this is a good opportunity to find out about a health coach and who should have one. I'd like to introduce the young man who is a health coach and a full-time personal trainer.
Hello everyone, my name is Lesley. I'm here from the Performance Lab. I'm your online health coach as well as personal trainer. Any needs for your fitness lifestyle, I can help you with that.
So, first things first, what exactly is a health coach? Walk me through what that idea is.
So a health coach is someone that holds people accountable. We guide you with your health questions, anything to do with your nutrition, guidance, as well as training programs. We cater to all of those needs.
Okay. And so, not to say that you're young and someone is old, but what made you get into it at such an early? Because most people think about their health later. They think, oh man, I got this ache, I got this pain, I want to get in better shape. What made you decide to get into it at a younger age than most people would probably think about it?
Yeah. Well, honestly, what made me get into the whole health and fitness was the mindset of wanting to become a better version of myself, more confident, and just being able to help people to make a transformation like I know I would do for myself one day, and just be able to guide people in the right direction to live a much more healthier lifestyle.
Exactly. And getting started in it, getting started on that healthier path. Because most people, as I said, don't think about it. We're eating, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, wow, I'm 10, 20, 30 pounds bigger than what I was a year ago.
Yep.
You know, how do we pump the brakes on that and get on the right path? Just walk us through a little bit of it. So
one of the ways I would say in which you can start getting on the right path is just think of the long-term goal. What is it that you want to be able to do for your children? What is it that you want to be able to do for your family and just loved ones? How is it that you want to benefit your life in the next upcoming years as you get older? And do you want to be someone that is just sedentary, sitting on the couch, not being able to move as healthy as you would like to? Or you want to be someone who is up and running, that if you have kids or if you already have kids, that you can see your kids and run around the place and just be a much more stronger and better version for those around you, that you can say, all right, when my kids get older, this is the lifestyle, this is the example that I want to lead for them so that they don't make the mistakes that I've made.
Understandable. And a lot of times, we are unsure of that first step. We see people living that lifestyle and we think, oh man, that must be so difficult to do, getting up and training. But then, people watch an hour or two of TV. Yep. They binge for the weekend, watch a whole series, 10 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And they're eating out. They're eating all of this food and consumption and not taking into account what it does to them. It kind of boggles the mind. You want to be better each time, each year.
Yep.
And is that how you see it?
Yeah, honestly, I look at it in the long run. It's like I always set goals for myself, and I think everyone should set a goal. whether it just be to be able to drink more water during the day, whether it just be getting in a lot more fibers, a lot more proteins during the day, rather than just thinking of, oh, I'm just going to eat because I'm hungry, or because I just want to eat to satisfy my cravings. And it's more of a mindset to just say, you know what, I want to make a better decision with the way that I eat. And once you have that mindset of knowing that you can eat the foods that you like, but once you eat them in moderation, that's the biggest thing. And just knowing exactly what it is that your goal is, whether it just be to you want to build muscle, or is it that you just want to be a much fitter and more leaner version of yourself.
And with that being said, I mean, we all want to have a longer life. We all want to live a more substance life. Who would you say is in need of a health coach, a trainer, somebody who is going to kind of guide them through the steps of getting to that point?
Well, the people that I would say are in need of health coaches, just someone who is just sedentary, someone that needs guidance in terms of they don't know what it is, what's the first step to take when it comes to eating healthier. What is the main things that you should be considering when putting together a meal to have for lunch or for dinner or for breakfast? Is just overall knowing the full variety of how is it that you can eat, but at the same time still hit your goals and know that you're going to feel better each and every time that you get your meals in, rather than just feeling lazy and not actually wanting to do anything for the rest of the day because of not having the energy through the foods that you put into your body.
Talking about the getting healthy and who is in need of a health coach. I mean, when you think about it, it sounds relatively simple, but that extra motivation is where you come in.
Yep.
That person behind your ear saying, hey, you can do this. You got to make this work.
Yep.
Because a lot of us, we start off the year, like I'm sure a lot of people say, I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to get fit. And the first, month, we bought the clothes.
Yeah.
We've gone to the gym membership. We've done this. We've done the steps. But by February, March,
yeah, everyone's just like, oh no.
Yeah. I life caught up with me. I got busy with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you come in.
Exactly, and it's just having that health coach and / personal trainer in your life is just there to help motivate you when you feel like you can't go any further. It's like, we make your life easier by just making sure that you're getting in the right amount of foods and knowing exactly what it is that you should be consuming on a daily and how much of it, so that it takes away the stress from you as an individual who thinks that eating healthy is really difficult, when in fact all it takes is just having someone there to guide you, so that when you get in the momentum of actually doing it, everything else becomes a lot easier and just more natural because you've reached a certain point from getting the
routine
and the rhythm of it just falls into line. Once you've made that first transformation for yourself, all right, well, I know how I felt living a healthier lifestyle, eating a lot more fibers, eating a lot more proteins. I think this is much easier at this point, and now you just want to keep that rhythm going because of the fact that you know what it took for you to actually lose the weight or build the muscle that you wanted to build, right?
Mm-hmm. And let's step back. I'm not a healthy person.
Yep.
I have high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I have diabetes. I have medical issues, and I'm trying to get healthy. I've talked to my doctor. My doctor said, yeah, I can do some exercise. Are you able to help with that too?
Yeah, so I do a variety of, so I do from nutrition as well as obviously personal training, making sure that you getting in the right amount of quality carbs, quality things that won't actually help to spike your insulin, obviously, because that's the biggest thing when it comes to diabetes, right? It's just insulin levels being spiked and not being more balanced. So I can help you guys to figure out those things in terms of what are the type of foods that won't spike my insulin, that would help keep my insulin levels more balanced, as well as making sure that you feel better, as well as obviously getting to your goals each and every day, right?
Excellent. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. You're just tuning in. Thank you so much to listening to Your Health, Your Wealth right here on Bobo 89.1 FM. My name is Chuck Taylor. I'm here with Mr. Lesley Chin. We're going to be talking some more. He is a health coach and personal trainer. Just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth. Each and every Wednesday morning, we get together, Desiree and myself, Chuck Taylor, from 6:30 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. It's all being brought to you by friends over there at BAF Insurance.
Yep, that is right. And Lady K actually has a little clip for us this morning.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your health, your wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, talks about common eating disorders.
It's time when we turn our attention to a chronic issue that is rarely discussed. In fact, people with eating disorders often face insensitivity, ridicule, and other harsh treatment that makes them less willing to share their experiences or get help. How do you know if you or your child are simply picky eaters, have sensitive palates, or are genuinely dealing with an eating disorder? Eating disorders are serious psychological and physical illnesses affecting millions of people worldwide. They are treatable and affect all genders, ethnicities, ages, and body types. Although no one knows exactly what causes eating disorders, some can be triggered by an obsession with social conditions, self-image issues with body size, or food. There are a plethora of eating disorders, but these are 4 of the most common ones that affect millions of people every day. Binge eating disorder is the most common illness among adolescents that often continues into adulthood. Binge eaters have difficulty controlling how much they consume at one sitting or in short periods of time, whether in public or in secrecy. These episodes are usually accompanied by shame, distress, or even disgust at themselves, for their inability to control their eating may also result in them not being able to manage their weight. Food choices may not be nutritious, further injuring their health. Anorexia nervosa is perhaps the most well-known eating disorder. Typically, it develops in adolescence or early adulthood, affects more women than men. It is characterized by the obsession with monitoring weight, a restricted diet designed to keep weight down, and a distorted perception of one's own body, often denying being underweight, even in the face of obvious evidence. Anorexia can be life-threatening if left untreated. Bulimia nervosa is also commonly known as an eating disorder, developed at a young age and is also associated with self-image. People with bulimia often eat large amounts of food at one time or binge eat, filling themselves to the point of discomfort and then purging the calories they consume. Although we've seen countless scenes in films of people rushing to the restroom to vomit, purging can take the form of using laxatives, fasting, taking diuretics, or enemas. People with bulimia tend to maintain normal weight, but the disorder can cause serious health issues, including an imbalance in electrolyte levels, leading to a stroke or a heart attack. I often hear parents describing their children as too picky and even berating them for not wanting to eat their meals. But for some children, the problem could be much more than them just being picky or trying to drive their parents crazy. Avoidant food intake disorder, or AFID, is a disorder that begins in childhood and disrupts eating due to either a total lack of interest in eating, a dislike of certain smells, colors, textures, temperatures, or tastes. Individuals with AFID are typically underweight or developmentally below average because of poor nutrition, and their eating habits interfere with their desire to attend social functions where sharing meals will prompt reactions or ridicule. The trick is to keep trying new foods to see what works. Forcing someone with AFID to eat what is insipid to them will only make the situation worse. Other eating disorders include rumination disorder, where a person regurgitates and chews again food they've already swallowed. Pica in which someone eats things that are not considered food, such as wood or paper. Night eating disorder, in which a person eats excessively late at night, disrupting their sleep patterns, and purging disorders, where a person uses purging to control weight, even without binge eating. The good news is that all eating disorders can be treated. Discuss all signs and symptoms with your doctor, even if you think you or your child are just being picky. The sooner eating disorders are tackled, the quicker they can be resolved.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance, plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
You're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth on 89.1 FM. I am Desiree, co-host of Your Health, Your Wealth. I'll be with you every Wednesday from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance as a community service, because at BAF, your health is our priority. Remember to stay on top of your regular health checkups, because as always, the more you know about your health, the easier it will be for you to stay healthy. Thank you, Lady K, for all of that good information. And
Wow, that's an incredibly enlightening episode. It sheds light on 4 common eating disorders. There's a lot of information there that you can talk and discuss, in particular, afraid, because it's fairly recently found in children with afraid that they were thought that they were just being picky or uncooperative when it came to eating. But there's actually a diagnosis for this and should be considered and should be checked out and really considered an eating disorder. Just a reminder that Be Well, Be Healthy for Life podcast with Lady K is also sponsored by BAF Global Group and can be found on YouTube, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Podcast Addict, and Podbean podcast platforms. Her episodes are released weekly on the BAF Facebook page as well.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
I got diagnosed with cancer in April of 2016. At the time, I wasn't feeling sick or anything like that. I was just going on normal, and then I went to the doctor, and this came about. When I went to Jamaica, I wasn't thinking about. I just went home to do treatment. I wasn't thinking about insurance or anything like that. While I was there, the hospital asked me if I had insurance, and I told them yes, and I had insurance, but I didn't contact my insurance company before I left. And they told me that BAF has an agent there. I contacted Miss Davis at the time, and she told me that I should just save all my receipts and stuff like that. And when I return, they will deal with it. When I came home and contacted Miss Davis, gave her the receipts, she said, okay, we'll, deal with it. And if there was something missing that I didn't have, she would call me and ask me, and I would send it in. And it took no time before it was cleared up. They paid me what I was, supposed to get. Having an insurance is a very important and it's vital, because if you don't and you get sick with stuff like this, like cancer, the treatment is very expensive, and sometimes you don't have all that money at once. BAF has been there with me.
your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Your Health, Your Wealth with Desiree and Chuck on Bobo Radio. We're here with you until 7:30 with a host of health tips and information. And today our special guest is Lesley Chin, a young man who is a health coach and full-time personal trainer.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
This program is brought to you as a community service of BAF Insurance. The views, opinions, and advice expressed by guests on this show are those of the guests and do not reflect the views, opinions, and advice of BAF Insurance. For medical advice, please visit your medical professional.
And we're back, folks. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Your Health, Your Wealth. We are talking to a personal trainer, a young man who is personal goal is to get you in the best shape that you can, help you figure out what it needs for your eating habits, not just nutrition-wise, but for the longevity, and also coaching and personal training. Let me just say, what would you tell somebody who's on the bench trying to figure out, what, should I get off the couch? Should I, make that step? What would you tell them to do?
Well, one thing I'll tell people is don't be afraid to make the first step, because that's always the hardest part. Get into the gym. Don't even think about all of the fancy gym clothing and all of the things that is unnecessary, because at the end of the day, if you just start with just your simple clothes, you just step into the gym, that's all it takes, even if it's just 5 minutes. Because the moment that you step into the gym and you get that first workout in, you'll realize, like, this really feels good. Mm-hmm. And then you just show up. That's the biggest thing, is just showing up. Because a lot of people think that it's hard, but in reality, it's just a matter of you step into the gym, you feel the atmosphere, you feel the environment, and you say, this is it. This is where I want to be. And just thinking of the long run, what is my goal? What is something that I want to achieve? And how long do I want to live? How long do I want to be able to teach and to see my kids or family members that's growing up to be able to live a much healthier lifestyle?
Right.
And that's the biggest thing, is just making the first step.
That's a big first step. So let me do the transition now and say, on your work day. Now, mind you, folks, this is a young man who is built. He is a constant in the gym. What does a day consist of for you? Eating right, working out, and doing what you do. Tell me what your day looks like.
So a day for me is usually I'll get up, I'll do my routine, which is I make sure that I pray first thing in the morning, giving thanks every day. I obviously eat a healthy breakfast. I start the day off with a good breakfast. I believe highly in that, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what sets your day, is if you get a good quality meal in, you're ready to go. You have all the fuels to take you through the next few hours before you make the next decision of what to eat. And just making sure that I plan ahead of time. And pretty much the next thing that I do is I obviously train my clients. And then after my clients, I make sure that I get my workout in and my time to develop myself, which is by reading and just overall staying hydrated and making sure that I'm planning my meals ahead of time before the next meal, and just making sure that I'm getting in everything that I need to reach my goal.
So planning kind of is a really big step in the forward momentum. And you said staying hydrated. I think people forget that first of all, folks, we live in the Caribbean. It is hotter than hot automatically. Mm-hmm. Why would you not even have a bottle of water wherever you're stationed at, or access to it, or drink? Yeah. Because your body doesn't realize it's hydrated till it is too late.
Yeah.
And I saw some people, and I think we've a little bit more accustomed to it now, walking with water bottles and water containers and drinking water. But people say, 8 glasses of water. That is the minimum.
Yeah, that is the minimum. Honestly, I'll tell people, like, just walk around with at least a 2-liter water. Mm-hmm. Like, just get one from Foster's, one of those. Like, if you can get a minimum of 2 liters a day, that's above average than that most people not even consuming. But
Right.
if you're constantly having to refill your water or you refill your bottle, then you tend to not want to actually drink more because of the whole thought of, oh, now I got to get up and actually refill this bottle. So that time that you're taking to refill it every time, you could have just saved yourself that time and making sure that you have your water right next to you so that you're always hydrated no matter what.
And see, folks, the simplicity of that, you don't feel like getting up every time. You get email, you get this, you got this doing. You don't want to stop the trend of breaking your work cycle to get hydrated. But hydration will help you continue on that cycle. But if it's there on your desk looking at you, you're quick to have a sip and continue on and go from there.
100%. And that's the thing. Like for me, I always believe in just grabbing even one of the gallon waters. I'll walk around with my gallon bottle of water, and people say, "You really drinking that?" Yeah, I'm drinking this because at the end of the day, if I don't drink it, I'm not gonna have a good workout. I'm not gonna feel good during the day because of my body being deprived of water. So it is essential, and don't care what people say. Seeing you walk around with a big bottle of water, because at the end of the day, you're living a healthier lifestyle, and if it takes for you to walk around with a gallon of water, why not do it, right?
Exactly. So, if someone is listening here and they want to get in contact with you, they want to procure your services and maybe even have a conversation with you to see if you are in the ability to help them move on their path, how can they do that?
So you can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on Instagram at lesley.chin.fitness or lesl.chin100_. That's my personal page. You can reach me there or just shoot me a WhatsApp, 345-917-3732, and I can reach out to you once you shoot me a message.
Perfect. I'd say just from the standpoint on my side, seeing you or hearing that motivation is enticing me to get started walking, to get me motivated, because I'm thinking, you know what? I need to be here longer for my kids. I need to be here for 100%. My wife and my family and that. So what I can do, the little steps that I can do to make that transition.
Is just, again, taking the first step, going for a 30 minutes walk daily, getting your water in. The biggest thing is starting off with your water. If you can start and discipline yourself with the water itself alone, everything else just falls into rhythm, because then you take the next step, start eating more protein. Every meal you want to make sure that you're getting in a lot of protein. If you're not getting in enough carbs, at least make sure that you're getting in enough protein. So having at least 2 chicken breasts or 1 chicken breast per meal, or a slice of fish, anything that will make you feel good rather than going to Burger King and grabbing a burger or something that will make you feel sluggish and not want to keep that rhythm going, right?
Understandable, and the great thing about it, folks, is it's doable. Anyone who tells you that, oh, it's too hard, they're just not really thinking about it, because you spend so much time on the couch, you spend so much time doing other things you like. Do something that's going to be a little bit difficult, but then after a while, you don't notice it. It becomes a lifestyle. Yeah,
and that's the biggest thing. Is like, we all find times for things that are important to us, right? And at the end of the day, if your health is important, why not take an hour out of your time watching TV to go hit the gym, or to go and do a quick run outside, or do even some sit-ups or some push-ups? Why not take that hour rather than sitting down 2 or 3 hours out of your day just watching TV and eating popcorns or whatever it is that you want to do? Just sacrifice an hour or even 30 minutes, because that then becomes a rhythm. If you can even go in the gym or even walk outside 30 minutes a day, that alone is a big step.
So I was going to get on out of here, but something came to my mind when I was talking about myself. I consider myself kind of an older person. For older people, is it easier for us to get into that lifestyle? I mean, we're at that point. We're worried about injury. We're worried about these things. How are we able to help?
Yeah, well, anyone can start. Right? Like I've had clients who were 60 years old and have made a change, dropped 25 pounds just because of taking the first step. It's all a mindset, and at the end of the day, if you even need guidance, just get a personal trainer. Talk to someone that can actually make sure that you're not gonna hurt yourself, and that you can actually hold accountable, because at the end of the day, I know obviously for some people, they need that extra accountability to just say, I'm going to show up. Because the biggest thing for most people is just the lack of motivation. And if you have someone there to push you and to say, hey, or you come in at this time, then you're more bound to show up, and that's all it takes is just showing up.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for stopping by here, spending the time with us. Folks, talk to this young man, get on his list, and let him help you become the best version of you.
Indeed.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Today on Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, Lady K, your wellness coach, talks about caring for your hair.
Today, it's all about the hair and what your hair can tell you about your health. Whether your hair is straight, wavy, curly, or coily, it is all determined by genetics. And try as you might to change your hair type with products, your hair type is firmly built into your DNA. And for the record, there is no such thing as good hair or bad hair. And now is a good time to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Hit the notification bell also so you know when we have new episodes that have been uploaded. Taking care of your hair is vitally important, and how you do that differs by hair type, environmental influences, and the products you choose. And although we focus on how our hair looks, there is so much more to hair than meets the eye. Your hair can tell you so much more about your general health than you can ever imagine. Let's start with hair loss, since that's something many people worry about. Hair loss, receding hairlines, and thinning are all a part of the natural aging process. Whereas balding may be hereditary and there is little that you can do about it, unexplained and sudden hair loss should be investigated. Sudden hair loss can be related to your mental health, to chronic stress, nutrient imbalances such as iron deficiencies, hormonal changes during pregnancy or menopause, for example, all can lead to hair shedding. It can also be a sign that your thyroid isn't working at its optimum level. And in some cases, the disease alopecia is to be blamed. Alopecia areata is an autoimmune disease that causes patches of baldness anywhere on the body or even complete baldness. And although fairly uncommon, it can happen to anyone at any age. Changes to your hair can be caused from changes in the environment, such as hot or cold weather, high humidity, and extreme heat, but can also be diet-related. Protein deficiency causes thinning. Inadequate amounts of healthy fats in your diet can cause dry scalp or dry, brittle, or dull hair. Eat lots of salmon, flax seeds, chia seeds, and avocados, and take omega-3 fatty acid supplements if you must. Your scalp and hair will thank you for all of that. Zinc and iron are essential to the production of keratin, the protein that keeps our nails, hair, and skin healthy and strong. And a deficiency in copper, found in mushrooms, sesame seeds, and seaweed, can lead to premature graying. Your hair covers your scalp, and so many conditions which we associate with our hair begins with the scalp. Dandruff is among the most common scalp issues, and though it's annoying and shows up in your hair, it's easily treatable. Scalp irritation from products you use, inflammation from illnesses such as psoriasis and infections, can be hidden by a full head of hair that will eventually begin to show signs of distress. Finally, a little advice for my audience who wear wigs and hairpieces on a regular basis. Remember to take care of your scalp. Continuous use of these products can cause thinning, infections, and even eventual baldness, as your scalp and hair are living things. Be sure to take good care of your scalp by washing and moisturizing regularly. Keep your hairpieces clean, always wear a wig cap, and take regular breaks to keep your scalp and your hair healthy.
Be Well, Be Healthy for Life is brought to you by BAF Global Group. Remember, always consult your doctor before starting any new health and wellness regimen. BAF Global Group offers life, health, and general insurance plus a full suite of financial solutions in the Bahamas, life insurance in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and affordable individual and group health insurance in the Cayman Islands. Visit us at mybafsolutions.com.
Thank you, Lady K, for that information.
It is super helpful in this season that we call springtime.
This morning, instead of us having our usual 3 minutes with a BAF agent, we're going to actually listen to a testimonial from a lady called Sunan, whose son actually had a medical condition. She actually speaks about the importance of having medical insurance.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
He had a speck of cloud in the right eye. So I took him to the doctor and they found out that he had congenital cataract, something he was born with. I wasn't thinking of insurance then because I thought once I'm covered, he's covered. And I learned that I needed to get him on his own, and with the help of Dr. Foley, Miss Charmaine, and the rest of the crew, they worked assiduously. They helped us to get through the process. The next day, my baby had an insurance. I thought for a moment that it might have taken some time for the insurance company to cover him. So I started to question it, but Miss Ann Davis was helpful, and the members of BAF team, they were so helpful. They walked me through the steps, and I was a bit concerned still because I said, you can't get an insurance today. It is approved today, and then tomorrow you can use it. He was sent to Miami at Bascom Palmer, where the insurance would now be proven if it is actually true. I remember they sent me a figure. They quoted a figure to me. I have nothing near that, neither in account, neither in cash, not even in coin, and said I need to pay this money before the surgery can be performed. I didn't know where that was coming from. And I started to say, why did I pay insurance? And then this is it. I spoke with the international coordinator, and she said, I have great news for you. And I looked at the phone, and I stopped reading the top of the email, and I saw on the bottom that it says, BAF will cover your baby 100%. So I called Miss Charmaine, and I said, Miss Charmaine, the insurance company said they would cover the baby 100%. Is that true? And she said, Sunan, God works in mysterious ways. And it was then I realized that what BAF had done for my son, he was able to do that surgery. Up to this point, the only money we have paid in about 4 visits is $88. Every time I think about it, it brings tears to my eye, because to know we could not afford a surgery. And for him to be seen now, because he was totally blind in the right eye. My family and I would just want to say thanks, because you've given us something that we could not afford. You had offered my son vision that only God could have touched this company to offer him, and everything is working perfect.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance. Your health, our priority.
Well, that's our show today. Lady K gave us some tips as well as great information. Remember to check out Lady K's videos on the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel on YouTube, or if you're a podcast listener, you can find all our episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, or Podbean. Just look for the Be Well, Be Healthy for Life channel.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Those videos are life-saving health tips brought to you free by BAF Insurance. The YouTube channel is Be Well, Be Healthy for Life, and you can also catch up on Your Health, Your Wealth shows that you miss on that same channel.
So, until next week, we are Desiree and
Chuck Taylor,
encouraging you to start now to live a healthier and happier life. This program is brought to you as a community service of BAF Insurance. The views, opinions, and advice expressed by guests on this show are those of the guests and do not reflect the views, opinions, and advice of BAF Insurance. For medical advice, please visit your medical professional.
Your health, your wealth, your health, your wealth, your health for life. Your Health, Your Wealth is brought to you by BAF Insurance.